Okay, so let's begin with our session. So yesterday we have started the discussion about Ford-Fulkerson algorithm for maximum flow in a network. And yesterday we have seen a simple example. And there are two constraints. Yesterday we have seen the constraint that which are the two constraints. The first is that we have to find augmented path with maximum flow capacity, and another constraint is that incoming flow must be equal to outgoing flow. These are the two conditions we have to follow and then start the algorithm. So today we will see another example, we will practice another example here. Look at here, there are 6 nodes. S is a source, T is a destination, and between these two nodes there are 4 different nodes A, B, C, D. Right now I don't have any value as well as the directions. So now this is the arrow along with the cost of that age. So look at here, S to A having capacity 9, then S to B having capacity again 9, then A to B capacity 10, A to C capacity 8, then from B to C capacity 1, B to D capacity 6. From C only one path is outgoing, so having capacity 10 to the destination, and from D there are two routes. One is going for C having capacity 8, and from D going to T having capacity 7. So these are some values. Now our target is to find a possible path as well as the maximum flow from this network. So how to start? Once again, find out the max flow from this diagram. So if I observe over here, I found that this is the, we will expand the diagram here. I will expand it here. So I found that S to A to C, and C to T is having maximum flow, and flow is 8. Why? Because A to C is only 8. That's why from these two nodes, these two edges, we can flow maximum 8 only, not 9 as well as not 10 also, because A to C is having only 8. So maximum flow is 8 is possible. So we will start from the S again. So look at here. So look at here. The first direction from S to A. So out of 9, 8 flow is completed, used. So remaining flow is only 1. Okay. So 9 minus 8, that is a flow we are using as a outgoing flow. Okay. And then reverse incoming, we have to think about that. And now we reach at A. Okay, we have started the journey from S, then flow coming to the A. Now from A there are two paths. Either we can go for B or we can go for C as per the above diagram. As per the above diagram, we have two paths. Either we can go for B or we can go for C, but we can go for C, which will give a more appropriate result to us, because when we are choosing B, it is giving only 6, which is a lesser one. That's why we are not going to opt this path, we will opt only this one. So next possible path is A to C. Now we are using the full capacity of C, that is 8 minus 8 is equal to 0, meaning the remaining capacity for the outgoing of this pipe is exhausted, it is completed, no more possible flow is possible from this route. Okay, incoming is possible, that is reverse flow is possible 8, but we have utilized the whole capacity of this pipe for the forward direction. Now we reached at C, and now from C only one path is there. Look at here, from C the only one path is there, that is up to T. So we will reach T having capacity maximum 10, and we are just flowing the 8, so it is possible again. So look at here, so the C to T again, 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. So meaning is that the remaining capacity of this algorithm is how much? 2. Okay, from this age 8, 10 minus 8, remaining capacity of this age is still 2, and how much we utilized? We utilized 8. So this is the first possible path, S to A to C, C to T. And how much flow we got? So we got the flow, and the remaining path here, now I am writing over here, these are still unutilized. The utilized path is S to A to C, C to T. Remaining path are as it is. Okay, then S to A to C, C to T, and T to 8. Is it a path? No, it is a value, a total flow of our total flow. Wait for a while. Okay, now the first path has given me the maximum value 8. Now we will draw the reverse flow of this first path. So how to draw the reverse flow of first path? So look at here, the reverse path is starting from T to C, C to A to S. This is the reverse path. So we will start with T to C. How much capacity? Is it a 10? No, it is a 8. So because we have utilized only 8 in forward direction, that's why we have to utilize in reverse direction also only 8. And the remaining 2 still in a forward direction. Look at here, C to T, remaining 2 is as it is. So 8 plus 2 becomes 10 again. So reverse flow is 8 and forward flow is 2. Now we will shift from C to A. So look at here. So C to A is full capacity. Why? Because the full forward capacity we have used, that's why there is no forward direction. It is completely zero in forward direction. That's why I didn't mention a zero line over here, because it is not necessary to show the zero line over here. If it is remaining, if it is the line is 9, then we have to show the remaining one over here. Just like here from A to S. Look at here, A to S. Now the A to S is having capacity, sorry, S to A is having 9. Out of 9 we have utilized 8. That's why the backward, or we can say reverse flow, is 8, and still one forward capacity still remain. That's why we have shown here the forward capacity as 1. So 8 plus 1 becomes 9. So this is the reverse flow for our first path. Okay, this is the forward flow and this is the reverse flow of our first path. Remember, both paths must be equal and we have to design them. Now the next target is to design another path. Is there any another path in forward direction? Yes, there is another path having maximum capacity giving the maximum flow. In the previous one we got 8. Now we will design another any augmented path. So look at here, S to B, B to D, D to T, and maximum flow is 6. That is S to B, we can flow 6 because it is having 9, so it is possible. B to D, it is 6, it is again possible, and D to T, it is 7, so it is again possible. So we have started from this one. Look at here, 9 minus 6, remaining capacity is 3, so we have utilized how much out of 9? 6. So we have reached on B now. Now from B to, there are two paths, one is going for C and another is going for D, but we are not using the C1 path because it is having only one value and we want maximum flow, not the minimum flow. That's why the B to D is best one. That's why it is utilizing or exhausting the full capacity of that path. So 6 minus 6. So the forward flow for this particular age completed or exhausted or not, no more possible there, because it is now becomes 0. So fullest capacity we have used of that age of that pipe. Now we have reached on D. Now from D there are two routes, one is going for C and another is going for T. So here the from D to C is 8 while D to T is 7, but unfortunately if you are choosing the C, it is having only a capacity 2. Look at here, it is having only 2 capacity. That's why this path, even though it is having a fullest capacity to flow the value, but unfortunately from C to T it is only 2. That's why we are not choosing from D to C, we are directly choosing D to T. So the next path, forward path, is D to C is 7 minus 6, the fullest capacity, and remaining capacity is 1. So out of 7 we have used 6. So still one forward capacity is over here. So this is a new path we have drawn, that is S to B, B to D, and D to T. So this is the another path. In the previous path we got value 8, this new path is giving value 6. So total 14 is the capacity we have flow. So now the remaining edges still we haven't used. These are like A to B, B to C, and D to C, and the remaining ones we are not using right now. So this is the graph. Now what is the path? So this is the path. The path of diagram. The second path is, what is the second path? S to B, B to D, D to T, and having value 6. So now total value or total flow is how much now? Previous 8 and this new is total 14. Now we have to design a reverse flow for this new path also, that is T to D, D to B, and B to S. So look at here. Now the above one is already over here, that's why I'm directly showing over here. Now we have to design only the new reverse flow. This is the forward flow, that is S to B, B to D, D to T. So now we have to design the reverse flow, that is D to T to D, D to B, B to S. So how? First we have to design for this T to D. So look at here, T to D is reverse flow is possible 6, and the remaining capacity still we have shown here as 1 because it is having 7 capacity. Out of that we have used only 6, and still one forward capacity we have shown over here. Next is D to B. So it is a fullest capacity. Look at here, because we have used all the forward capacity over here, that's why there is no remaining capacity for forward direction, but yes, it is having fullest capacity in backward direction. So D to B is 6. The next B to S. So actually S to B is having 9, out of that we have 6, use 6, that's why in reverse direction 6 is there, and remaining 3 we have shown in a forward direction. Look at here, this is a forward direction of S to B and still having capacity as a 3. So this is a reverse flow for second path. Remaining value still as it is, that is S to B, B to C and D to C still are as it is, and this is the reverse flow diagram for our both path or the graph. Now we will find another path, a possible combination over here. Is there any possible combination with the maximum flow? We are supposed to find that flow over here. So yes, there is another possible maximum flow. We can go over here. So look at here, the S to A to B, B to C and C to T. So this is the maximum flow we can pass right now. So we will start again here. Look at here, we have started the diagram from this one, that is S to A forward capacity 1. Yes, it is possible, so we are flowing that one. So now we reach on A. Now 1 minus 1 becomes 0. Now fullest capacity of forward is becomes 0 from this line. No more forward capacity remaining. Now from A we can't move to the C. Why? Because the direction is changed. Now we have only a reverse flow possible over here, not the forward one. The forward flow is up to B only. So here A to B is having capacity 10, which is still unutilized. So we have to utilize this line. So from 10 we are just using 1. So the forward capacity still remain 9. 10 minus 1 becomes 9. So out of 10 we have utilized only 1. Now we have reached at B. Again from B only one direction is in forward direction possible, that is B to C, and having how much capacity? It is 1. So we can utilize that one again. So look at here. So 1 minus 1, the fullest capacity of that pipe we have used. So it becomes 0. The 1 of 1 totally we have used. Now we reached on C now. Okay. Unfortunately, the arrow is not shown over here. Consider the arrow is over here, that is A to B is arrow is over there, as well as B to C also arrow is over there. Now we have reached on the C, so we will move further ahead. From this C to T, the capacity of forward direction is 1. So we can utilize this 2 also. So out of 2 only 1 is necessary or needed for us. That's why 2 minus 1 becomes 1. Still a forward capacity is available over here from C to T. Out of that 1 we have utilized over here. So this is a new path. S to A to B, forward direction is over here. I repeat again, S to B, sorry, A to B, then B to C, again the forward direction is over there, and C to T. So this is a new path, and the previous value was the 14. The new is only 1. From this particular path, only one value we have, we can flow. So it becomes 15. Previous one 14 plus 1 it becomes 15. Look at here, total flow is 15, and the path is S to A to B, B to C, C to T. And again we have to find the reverse flow for this diagram, that is T to C, C to B, B to A and A to S. So how actually it is? Look at here. Okay, now we will start from the T to C. So previously we have used 8 and this new is 1. So 8 plus 1 becomes 9 as a reverse flow, and now only 1 remaining as a forward flow. So 1 plus 9 becomes 10. So this is true. Now we are at C. Now from C we will shift to the B. So reverse direction is from C to B. Fullest capacity we have utilized. So diagram is like this. The reverse direction from C to B and fullest capacity we have used. So C to A, no forward direction. C to B, no more forward direction, as well as D to B, no more forward direction. Okay. The next is B to A. This is the reverse flow we have to draw. So here the reverse flow is 1 and forward flow is 9 still remain. Look at here. The reverse flow is 1, whereas A to B 9 flow is still remain. Okay, and now last is A to S. The fullest capacity we have utilized because recently we have used the remaining capacity of forward one, and it becomes 0 over here. That's why it becomes a fullest reverse capacity 9 and no more forward capacity remain over here. Now from this diagram again we have to find whether any forward direction path is possible. So look at here, yes, from S to B is possible, but from B onwards there is no path available in forward direction. Look at here, B to C no more forward, B to D no more forward, but yes from B to A there is a forward direction is available, but unfortunately if you are using this path then again it is stuck. Why? Because from A there is no forward path for C, whereas it is forwarding only for B again. So it creates a loop over here, that is B to A and again A to B, B to A and again A to B. So it creates a loop. So this is not the path. Why? Because we are interested to reach at destination T and it is creating a loop, no more forward. So meaning is that this particular graph is not having any more forward direction path available. So there are three paths from this particular diagram we can observe here, and the path are S to A to C, C to T having capacity 8, S to B, B to D, D to T having capacity 6, and the last path S to A to B, B to C, C to T having capacity 1, and total flow is 8 plus 6 14, 14 plus 1 15. That's all. Got the idea?